Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast, presents episode 622, Yap Yap's Reign, recorded live on March 30th, 2018. Hello everyone, welcome to Podtacular, the unofficial Halo Universe podcast. I am your host, Duststorm.
And I am your co-host, Godzilla T.
And I am finally moved. No longer at 117, but now at 7845.
And one other thing.
Yes,
he's
and one other
married.
thing. Yes, that's right. For those on the stream, seeing my ring finger, it's got something on it now. Yes, I am a married man. I am taken.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a great day. Nothing went wrong too much. There were a couple of small things, but they were really small things, and otherwise the day went flawlessly.
Well, you can't have a wedding without problems.
I know. And the small things weren't really problems. They were just tiny annoyances.
Like I said, problems.
Overall, though, it was a wonderful day. I caught my shiny Bulbasaur in Pokemon Go because that was the day that they had the community play date, which kind of sucked, but got my shiny Bulbasaur before had to go to the venue, so I was like, okay, that's taken care of. Don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. So that was good. Thanking God for
Way
that
to work
one.
off that stress.
Yeah, no kidding. Other than that, it was a good day. And we took a couple days to go away for a mini moon, so we didn't do anything too crazy. We had a good time just chilling, getting away from things, and I got back to work starting yesterday, and of course, being away for a week and having to get caught up on things, there was a lot to get caught up on, and I missed a couple of big things, which was nice, because I didn't have to worry about them afterwards.
Okay.
Less stress there.
That's good.
Yeah. When a change that someone else makes that's completely out of control ends up breaking your entire system or solution from working and primary functions actually working the way they're supposed to, there tends to be a lot of stress in those kinds of situations. And I didn't have to deal with that because I wasn't there.
It was somebody else's problem.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel bad for everyone that had to deal with that mess, but at the same time, I'm really happy I didn't have to. Just a quick note for those listening to the podcast or watching on Mixer, we are doing a dual stream of sorts. We're doing Fraggin' Fridays and the podcast tonight because GT's wife had surgery yesterday, which he said went well earlier, which is awesome. But we decided to go ahead and put things on Friday, and that way we can get the podcast out, but also keep our Fraggin' Friday as well. So if you see us or hear us kind of stalling or stuttering, it's because we're playing Halo at the same time. And right now we're playing Warzone.
We're not really paying attention to what we're saying.
I think I'm doing okay, at least for now. That will probably decline. For now, yes. That will probably decline over the next 30 minutes. And then stay at a really bad state until we finish the show. But regardless, we have a couple of things to talk about tonight. We do have a community update, and we also have some updates on the Halo World Championship. We had the Latin American Finals a couple weekends ago, and we actually had the North American Finals this past weekend. But since we haven't had a chance to really talk about the Latin American Finals or have Tasman give us a little debriefing on it, we're going to go ahead and swing it over to him to give us a little update on what happened during the Latin American Finals.
Thank you, Duststorm, and hello once again, Podtacular listeners. Tasman here from the Bad at Halo show to give you guys a quick recap of this past weekend's HCS regional qualifier action, as this time the best teams from Mexico and South America battled it out for a single qualifying spot for World Finals. Let's spawn in and go through the results.
Set, start.
The Corona Forum in Mexico City, Mexico was the site where 16 of the best teams south of the border all came together but the focus was on the top-seeded teams of Colombian Legends, Psychotic Gaming, Ultra Instinct, and Infinity Gaming as the favorites going in. Colombian Legends and Psychotic Gaming found themselves in the third round of the winners' brackets, the Legends taking out Brawl Esports and Xylent Gaming in 3-0 sweeps, while Psychotic Gaming took out Hitched and Terra Soldiers, both teams featuring a female player on their roster, in 3-0 sweeps as well. All was not lost for those two teams as Pinkerbell and her Terra Soldiers team secured a first-round win and first stream game off Saturday with a 3-0 sweep of Dogma BR before being sent to the losers bracket by Psychotic Gaming, then being eliminated by FEMV. Sakura and her Hit Seiren team fared a little better, falling to Psychotic Gaming in round 1, then beating Dogma BR and Xylent Gaming in 3-0 sweeps before falling to Infinity Gaming 3-1 and eliminating from the tournament. Infinity Gaming found themselves in the elimination bracket early when a first-round sweep of Terra Gaming found them up against 2K ladder arch nemesis, Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct was without their star player Tapping Buttons, competing in the North America Regional this upcoming weekend, replacing him with Noble, and after a sound 3-0 sweep of Immunity Gaming, sent Infinity Gaming to the elimination bracket in the only 5-game match of the weekend. That then set up one of the big upsets of the weekend, as Ultra Instinct would then move on to face the number 1 seeded Colombian Legends in round 3 and make the 3-0 sweep of the best team from South America look easy. Meanwhile, Psychotic Gaming got a bit of a surprise, as they ended up facing Legion Raccoon in round 3, a team coming out of nowhere and beating the much more highly favored Natural Killers team in a 3-0 sweep, but would then fall to Psychotic Gaming in a 3-0 sweep of their own. Championship Sunday would start with 5 teams remaining, and unfortunately for Legion Raccoon, one of their players forgot to set his alarm. Legion had to forfeit Game 1 of their elimination game against Infinity Gaming due to a player no-show. That player returned just in time to lose the next 2 maps and be swept out of the tournament by Infinity. That was as easy a win as Infinity was going to get, as they moved on to face Colombian Legends in a loser-goes-home battle. The Brooms continue to dominate, and for the first time in this HCS season, not only would the number 1 seed in the region be eliminated from competition, but not even move into a spot to compete to qualify for World Finals, as they lost to Infinity 3-0. The winners bracket finals saw a battle of the heavy hitters with Ultra Instinct up against Psychotic Gaming. Atzo, Drift, Zeldun, and Pelu showed the composure one would expect of a team with experience against the world's best, as they easily dispatched of Ultra Instinct in 4 games. That would produce a rematch not only of the last Mexico 2K battle, but a rematch of what was the most epic battle of the weekend. This one didn't go the distance, but the winner was different, as Infinity rode the momentum of eliminating the region's best, and did it again, taking Ultra Instinct 4-1, eliminating one of the heavy favorites and setting their sights on shocking the world and potentially playing for $1 million in Seattle. Going into this tournament, the grand finals in each region has ended in a 4-0 sweep, and this one would be no different. The clock struck midnight on Infinity Gaming's monster run, and their thumbs turned to pumpkins as Psychotic Gaming decimated the upstarts in yet another 4-0 sweep, making this the second straight regional qualifier where the winning team didn't drop a single map for the entire tournament. Congratulations to Psychotic Gaming, your HCS 2018 Latin American Region Champs, and your region representative for the HCS World Finals in just a few short weeks. Infinity Gaming finishes in second, followed by Ultra Instinct, Colombian Legends, and Legion Raccoon. So now we have the international field for finals set. 7 teams from across the EU, Australia, New Zealand, and Latin America have punched their ticket to CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Now the focus shifts to this coming weekend, Columbus, Ohio, a city with a long history of MLG and Halo. 9 teams from North America will set the remainder of the finals field. Team Splice is the heavy favorite to come out on top, with the now former Optic team close behind. Will the Brooms be as prevalent in Columbus as they've been across the globe? Check out the action this weekend via Halo's Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube channels. The venue itself is sold out, but fear not if you're in the Columbus area. The Columbus Microsoft Store is having a special viewing party on Friday, complete with tournaments, prizes, and a lot of top-tier Halo. Be sure to hit up halo.gg for all the details you will need. So until next week, fellow Podtaculites, my Spartan is dead, and I will catch you on my next respawn. Until then, I'm throwing it back to the dead man walking, Duststorm, and the only one that can save him now, Godzilla 2.
So, I don't know why I'm the dead man walking in that.
I don't either.
Whatever Taz was thinking. Anyways, I guess you're there to revive me, though.
Apparently.
But yeah, so we have the 7 international teams already selected now, and we're just waiting for the 9 North American teams. It was nice to see. And I only got to watch a couple of games. I did watch on the Saturday, and they only had 2 days of streams. But it was nice to see a girl Halo player for a change.
Yeah.
And we don't see that often enough. And it was just nice to see that there was a team actually getting stream time that had a girl on it. And it's nice to see that we're kind of diversifying as a competitive Halo esports.
Yeah, it's always nice to see a kind of a general gender neutral competition.
Yes,
I guess probably I don't know if that's the best way to put that, but whatever. Anyway, leave me alone. I'm playing Halo.
It's hard to play Halo and talk at the same time, but we're stupid enough to do it, so we'll do it.
Hard to play Halo and actually make your thoughts make sense.
Trying to get this middle section, but not everyone's going for it. And there's only 2 people in there. So that is a little bit of a recap on Latin American. We will have a recap for the North American Finals next week, which will be the week before we head to Seattle for the Grand Finals, which I'll be there. Tasman will be there. We'll likely do a podcast there. I don't know if we'll do a live one. Depends if we can get internet at the venue or not for us to stream. But at some point or another, we're going to be doing a podcast. And it'll be me and Tasman. And if there's some other podcasters there, we'll try to get them involved as well. It'll just be an all-around good time to have some podcasting collaboration done. Laird will be there as well. Haas will be there. I don't know if there's anyone else in here that's going to be there. I don't think Bobby or Pint or Conthal are going to be there, but I'll be seeing Haas and Laird, so maybe we'll have some special guests on, some special Podtacular guests.
Possibly.
All right, let's go ahead and move into some of the news. So, GT, I don't know if you have a little bit more of a heading on this or not, but there is this thing called the Yappening happening in Halo Wars 2 right now. And this kind of coincides with a Twitter account that was made by Yap Yap the Destroyer. And judging by the article that was posted on Waypoint, I guess there's some funky balancing changes that are happening in the game just to kind of play around with. I
really couldn't comment on that because I don't really play that kind of Halo Wars.
So maybe Bobby can help us out here a little bit. But as far as what's going on in Halo 2, it looks like they're having a little bit of fun with the multiplayer and some of the other experiences in Halo Wars 2 right now. And they're really buffing a lot of unit types, especially grunts, and the leader powers used by Yap Yap the Destroyer. This looks like it's kind of a short-term event type of thing. And this just came out yesterday, actually a couple days ago, if it's the 28th. We'll have a little bit more information about it next week, but at least for the sake of mentioning it, it seems like they're having a little bit of fun with the Halo Wars 2 multiplayer, and it looks like it's also affecting Mission 9 as well, from what I read through the recap. And Grim posted on the same article saying that, oh, this is kind of an anomaly. We can't delete this post. So it's obviously, it's not like an ARG type of thing, but it's something that they're kind of doing to play along with the changes that they're making to the game. But there are changes across the board as far as units that are more powerful and have more damage resistance, less cost in blitz, upgrades not costing as much. There's changes all over the place. Playlists have even been renamed to Yap as being ranked 1v1, Yap Yap being ranked 2v2, and Yap 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 being ranked 3v3. There's Yap Yap all over this update. It is the great yappening. So, yeah, Bobby, you might want to check that out. We might have to have you drop in a little bit on an episode next week and give us the lowdown, since right now you're kind of the token Halo Wars 2 expert in our Podtacular collective. Beside that, that's kind of what's happening. It's a whole bunch of stuff surrounding Yap Yap the Destroyer, who's one of the leaders in Halo Wars 2. There's some leader-specific changes. Arbiter, Atriox, Anders, Cutter, Isabel. Well, it looks like the list is for everybody. There's also some live streams happening this weekend. For those who know, we have a very good friend of the show, DJ Blue PDX. He will be streaming tomorrow and Sunday, and we'll be having a special guest from 343 on during his streams. He's streaming from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and during that, they're going to be giving away codes for Yap Yap the Destroyer as DLC, and they're also going to be giving out 1 month of Xbox Game Pass on his stream. There's some other streams going on as well. I believe Ready Up Live is doing a stream, and then, was it Team Respawn, I think, is the other one. They're also having a stream to kind of highlight the event that's going on as well. So make sure you check out all the things going on over there. Breaking the Clutch is also the other one. So DJ Blue PDX on Mixer. And then there's also going to be Team Respawn, Breaking the Clutch, and Ready Up Live doing some other streams and giveaways with relation to the event going on. There's also an associated Twitter account called The Real Yap Yap, at The Real Yap Yap on Twitter. And you can follow his shenanigans and what he's been doing to change the Halo 2 quote-unquote code base as far as the yappening article is concerned. There's also one little screenshot at the end. I don't know if you had a chance to see this yet, GT, but it basically all the locuses, I don't know what the plural of locus is, but they're shooting rainbow beams.
Huh.
Did you see that yet? At the very bottom of the yappening article?
No, I have not.
Oh, when you get a chance, take a look at it, because it's kind of interesting. And all Grim has to say is, what in the... And then it's just the picture. And it's a bunch of grunts, it's a bunch of hunters, locusts, UNSC. It's ridiculous. And he has his own season. There's a Yap Yap season in Halo Wars 2, which I'm surprised you haven't heard of yet, Bobby. That's going on in Halo Wars 2 right now. I guess we'll move over to the latest community update, which was released yesterday, which actually kind of helps that we're doing it on Friday, because for some reason they still like to torment us on whether or not they're going to be posting the update before the podcast comes out.
It's like they plan it.
Yeah, no kidding. This one's called Spring Shenanigans, and it starts off with mentioning the yappening, which we just covered. Also mentioned the Halo World Championship, which we already listened to the Latin American tease by Taz. Shout outs to him again. You can check him out over at the Bad at Halo show on iTunes, and I think he's also on Google Podcast. I'm not sure what other podcast things he's on, but he's on all those things. We'll be talking about the North American Finals next week a little bit as well. And he has an update, I think, for that one all ready to go. But in the latest update, there are recaps to the Sydney, Latin American, and Columbus finals that you can go and watch. And I'll just go ahead and tease, saying that a certain green team is actually not first place. Stay tuned next week to find out who actually got first place at Columbus. Optic is still in, or the former Optic, but they have been renamed to Team Tox. I don't know if that's short for toxic or something else, but it's just Tox for now. They're waiting for an organization to back them in competitive play. They can still participate even though they're not backed by an organization, so they might keep the name Tox throughout the rest of the championship, or they might, if they get picked up by a organization, they might change their name to reflect the organization that they're a part of. There is a couple more things regarding the World Championship. The Microsoft Store FFA finalists have been announced from all 5 different regions. So the A, B, and A, B, C, D, E regions, they were broken up and segmented across the North American regions. Straight Sick from California is from the A division. Lacer, Laayser from Dallas, Texas. Drunk 844 from Canada at Toronto. Scary Octic from New Jersey. And Ryan Noob from Florida. So that is 2 former Halo pros, Straight Sick and Ryan Noob. And I don't recognize any of the other 3 being previous competitive Halo players before. So those are the FFA folks that have a guaranteed spot in the FFA tournament at Seattle. And that's all we have for Halo World Championship for now. Next up on the community update is some more book stuff. And GT, have you seen some of these new book stuff yet? Or have you been or have you not seen any of the update stuff yet?
I haven't. Honestly, I have not had a chance to look at the update because I've been busy with other things.
I can understand that. So we have a few new books coming out. The first one is Halo Silent Storm, and the subtitle is A Master Chief Story. So there's a new Master Chief focused novel coming out this summer. In addition to, I guess, the 3-issue comic that's supposed to be coming out later this June as well. So lots of Master Chief stuff. I have a feeling there's quite a bit of build up to Halo 6 for some reason. For them to be coming out with just 2 Master Chief specific novels, for some reason that's kind of screaming, that's kind of screaming Halo 6 to me a little bit, which is fine by me, but it is a little peculiar. There's another book which I was not expecting to see, but it kind of makes sense, but at the same time it's like, this is an interesting move to take. This one is called Halo Dare to Love. I am not kidding. And it has Dare with her Oni outfit and her helmet, and a shirtless Buck with his helmet on as the cover art. I am not kidding. This is actually a sci-fi romance novel that's coming out for the Halo franchise.
Oh.
People wanted something like this, and it's coming. I would not have expected this in 1,000 years, but this is something that's happening.
Yeah,
Ace says we have a Tumblr edition of Halo now.
Yeah. Oh, this is this. Well, maybe now I can get my mom involved in the Halo universe.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, huh? I would have not expected this.
Yeah, me neither.
Judging by the background and the cover art, this may be taking place shortly after ODST?
Maybe.
I wonder if the torso is modeled after Nathan Fillion.
I don't know.
Anyways, that's a thing. That was one of those things I was reading through the article before we streamed tonight. I'm like, wait, you can't be serious. And as I read through the little description that they gave, or the little commentary that they have in the update, I'm like, no, they're serious.
Yeah.
And it's coming this year.
That one I may have to hear some reviews on before I decide to purchase it. Don't get me wrong. I like a little romance in my books, but yeah, I'm not a romance novel person.
Well, aside from the whole Lasky and Palmer thing, at least this one makes sense. I mean, it's been hinted in the books, and we already know about it in the books already.
What? There's nothing going on there.
It doesn't sound like it's an April Fool's joke, Pins. And it's not on April Fool's.
Yeah,
It could be. It definitely could be. But that's an early start on April Fool's stuff.
April Fool's.
I don't think there's not, well, at least I can't think of really any place that does April Fool's stuff not on April Fool's. Because that's just torture at that point. Like, if this is really an April Fool's thing and it's not April Fool's, how do you expect us to trust you 343 with other things? Right? Like, April Fool's is one thing, but releasing tease stuff like that not on April Fool's, if it actually is April Fool's, that's just wrong. Well, we'll have to see, I guess. It's not on April Fool's, so and it sounds serious enough where, I mean, there are some people that would be crazy enough to conjure up this idea, a lot more other crazy people in the studio to actually go with it.
Oh, there's plenty of crazy people to go after it.
Knowing some of the personalities at 343, this doesn't surprise me if it actually came to be a thing. So I guess we'll see if it's really an April Fool's thing after April Fool's. Judging by the timing and the fact that, well, maybe not the fact, but, well, for me, the fact that I usually don't see April Fool's stuff more than maybe a day before April Fool's. Yeah, I'm still leaning towards this. This is actually happening.
You never know.
You never know. That is true. We'll find out, though. Aside from the love story coming to Halo, possibly, Minecraft finally has the Halo skin pack update for Nintendo Switch. So there's the big hoopla about Halo being on Nintendo now. And everything with the skin pack that was on the Xbox is available in the Nintendo Switch version. So all the character skins, all the texture packs, and there is a picture of a Cryptum in the Nether in one of the screenshots. I don't know if that's part of a map generation or if that is something that someone built. But I guess I don't remember that being in Xbox Minecraft. If someone else who's playing Minecraft might have to tell me if they've actually done something like that before. As far as I'm aware, that's just a community creation type of thing. No, I don't even think. Well, I haven't even checked to see if there is a pre-order, but if it's actually a Halo book, I'm still going to buy it nonetheless because it's a Halo book. That is guaranteed. Next up on the community update, and we mentioned this last time, I think, but they did reveal the figure for the Arena Crate. It is the Spartan Athlon figure for the Halo Icons figures. And it is the white Athlon, and it has all the Halo Championship Series logos on it, including the Magnum, and it has a little thruster jets on the back as well. Pre-orders for those, or I guess order of the crates, are available until midnight Eastern on April 15th. That's 9 p.m. Pacific time on April 15th. And if you go to lootcrate.com/Podtacular and then use the code Podtacular at checkout, you'll get $3 off of your crate. So it's a nice little way to, if you like the multiplayer stuff within Halo 5 and want to get some multiplayer stuff. And there's also going to be a Warzone t-shirt available. So if you're into the t-shirt stuff as well, then it might be something you want to check out. Again, lootcrate.com/Podtacular or podtacular.com/lootcrate. Both of those will take you to the Halo crate page, and then use Podtacular at checkout for $3 off your crate. Next up, for those that are part of the Halo Community Feedback Program, now is the time to check your email box to see if you have a particular survey. We mentioned over the past couple of podcasts that they're using the Xbox Insiders Program and the Halo Community Feedback Program to do their Insider Ring testing for updates coming to the Master Chief Collection. So now is the time that if you are not part of the Xbox Insiders Club or are not currently participating in the Halo Community Feedback Program, that you get yourself registered to both of those. That's going to be really the only way you're going to be able to partake in the early builds of MCC that are going to be pushed out later on. If you don't want to risk doing any kind of updates, then you just need to opt out of the Xbox Insider Program for the time being. But
well, actually, the MCC is going to be a standalone build.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
So you will still be able to play MCC. You will just you will have a separate build for their testing build. Whether it be
that's right.
their whatever they're testing at the moment.
So expect another 100 gig download.
I don't think it's going to be that big.
It probably won't be that big, but it's still something that you might want to clean off some space for. It'll be interesting to see. Well, I don't know. Because of some of the architecture changes, it might be a full download. Because they're changing the way that the games interface with the UI.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a full.
Well, because there's campaign stuff that they're changing. There's multiplayer stuff that they're changing.
I don't think they're going to change it all at the same time. I think they're going to test it in phases.
Oh, I see what you mean. I guess you're right. Didn't think about that, but yeah, that's definitely possible. Regardless, though, make sure you have some space on your hard drive, and make sure you are enrolled in the Xbox Insider Program and have the Halo Community Feedback Program in there as well. There's links to join the Community Feedback Program if you're not part of it already on the update. So you just need to follow the links there. There's also some questions on there about if you haven't gotten your survey yet, just need to hold on for a little bit longer because they take a little time to go out to everybody. Age restrictions, other little FAQs, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the thing I'm looking most forward to is just a lot of the networking and party improvements. I think that's probably everyone's biggest concern with the state of MCC currently.
Yeah, what I'm looking for is some stable matchmaking.
And the join in progress for custom games. That's going to be huge. Because then I'll be able to do 2-hour, 3-hour games on coagulation, CTF. I remember those in college.
And you can come and go as you please.
Yeah. Those are so much fun. Miss the good old days. Where you could just get Xboxes together and just play hours on end with your friends. And it could just be a 2 or 3 hour game of CTF coagulation, and it's still fun as heck.
Oh, yeah.
I did stream my gameplay of Halo when I was here with my groomsmen on Saturday. Like, we had a couple of people drop on by. Bobby dropped on by. I think Pins dropped by for a little while. Confal, I think, dropped by for a little bit. We didn't have many people drop by, but we had a few people drop by. And we played some Halo 2, mostly Halo 2, a little bit of Halo 3, and one game on Hang 'em High. We played snipers on Hang 'em High, which I didn't notice before, but apparently you can't change the starting weapon from pistol in Halo CE for the Master Chief Collection. Or I just missed a setting. 5-hour lava pit games. Oh, geez.
I think you can only change weapon sets.
Starting weapon sets? Well, I changed the weapons on map to snipers, but it didn't change the starting weapon. So, I don't know. There's probably something I missed. Otherwise, it was just, I guess, something you can't do on the Halo CE game. Moving along to our next thing on the update, some radar blips. The Halo 3 Classic Throwback playlist is going away just temporarily, which makes it sound like at this point, it almost sounds like there's been enough people in it where they might make it a permanent playlist like Fiesta Slayer was. Maybe. But they said there's going to be a new playlist coming in, and it's going to be Halo 2 BR Slayer. So that's going to be replacing Halo 3 Classic, which I think is a pretty good replacement. A lot of people really like Halo 2 and the Halo 2 multiplayer. So doing Halo 2 BR, I don't think it's a bad trade-off. But that change is coming, and since the update was published this week, my guess is that change is coming for this weekend if it hasn't come already. I didn't look at the playlist before we started playing Warzone to check, but that's happening. Next is the Xbox Spring Sale is on now, I think through April 7th? Do you know when it ends, GT?
No, I didn't check to see when it was in.
I don't see an end date. Oh, there it is. April 9th. So from now until April 9th, you can actually save 50%. That's 50% on Halo Wars 2 and the Halo Wars Definitive Edition. So if you haven't gotten either one of those because maybe you're not a strong RTS player and you're waiting for a sale, now might be a good time to grab both of these. It is definitely something that's worth playing. Even if you're a Halo fan, just to get the story. Maybe some of you are just watching the story or watching people like me and Bobby. I guess we haven't been struggling through it too much. We've actually been doing okay with it on Legendary. But I definitely recommend it, even if you're not an RTS player. Play it on easy or play it on normal. Just get a sense of how the story is. And it's a lot of fun. There's a few new things in there, which also makes it interesting. The Complete Edition is also on sale for 50% off. So right now, the Halo Wars 2 Complete Edition is $30. The Standard Edition is $20. And the Halo Wars Definitive Edition is $10. So great time to pick up some Halo games. Next thing we have is the Community Spotlight. And the first one is a little, what do you call these? It's a Mega Constructs animation, the stop motion animation, and it is the Arbiter killing a bunch of oncoming flood and taking the person that made it takes some audio clips from the game that the Arbiter says. So it's actually pretty cool, and it's about 35 seconds, and it's a really well done piece. Definitely has a knack for doing the stop motion animation, and I watched a couple of his other videos before we started the stream tonight, and he does a really good job. It's Mootroid X Productions on YouTube. The one video is up on the community update, but it's definitely an interesting watch. I would recommend just taking a look at it. It's 34 seconds long, and it's for a stop motion animation being Mega Constructs and everything, especially compared to some of the stuff that Mega Constructs has put out. It's really well executed, really well done. So give it a watch. And there's also a video or a vlog done by some of the Latin American championships. I don't know who specifically did this. It's Atomic George. He did a kind of a insider look at the festivities in Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Need some translations there for the native Latin American speakers. Well, not translations, but just someone else to kind of give a little bit of recap. So it's nice to see that the Spanish Halo scene is taking advantage of that and using some community resources for that. But yeah, last thing is, of course, community creations. We have the Halo Hot Shots. I guess, well, we already got into community creations, but we have Halo Hot Shots, which we have a few different themes. Not as many different collections this time around, but the first one is Combat Evolved, which is using some nice effects with the overshield and the damage boost abilities, power-ups. There we go. And there's a couple other just scenic ones with the elites and playing around with some more visual effects. And that's the update. So that's kind of all the stuff that's been happening. Next big thing, obviously, is going to be Worlds. And we'll talk a little bit more about the North American Finals next week. For those that are watching on Mixer, you probably have noticed that I am in a new place, and I have moved in. getting a little bit more setup to go. Getting the Nginx server set up so we can get GT's video on screen is one of the first things to be worked on, along with a little bit of change in the layout. But for the most part, it's going to be a little bit more smooth sailing from here on out, because I won't have to be spending as much time driving back and forth between places, which will be nice.
That's always good.
Yeah. A little bit of community news. We have another episode of Achieving Halo out, thanks to GT.
A little bit?
Yeah, thanks to GT putting some work in. So the Breaking, which is the 14th mission for Halo 5, is now out on our YouTube channel. And give us a little bit of a recap on that one. Hopefully it will win a little bit better than some of the past recordings of Achieving Halo.
Yeah, no, it was typical.
No? Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully, maybe the last one will go well.
Well, what we were trying to do, we were trying to get Harbinger. We were trying to get the Harbinger achievement as well, which is, excuse me, completing the mission without the entire fire team dying or resetting to the previous checkpoint.
When
you're trying to kill 2 Wardens at the same time, guess what?
Yeah. That's yeah. Can you do that on any mission?
No, it has to be on the Breaking.
Oh, geez. So, unless you're really, really, really well coordinated, that's near impossible to get at the same time.
Well, you also have to complete it on Legendary.
Right. So, basically not happening.
Not while trying to do, the 2 Wardens, for sure.
Yeah. Well, at least you got 3 of them done.
Yeah, we got 3 of them done. We killed the 2 Wardens.
You completed the mission.
We completed the mission, and we completed a level with 3 skulls on.
Nice. Cool. And then we have just the last one, which is Guardians. The Guardian.
So, we'll see. Hopefully, next weekend, I will be able to actually do some recording on that one.
I should be around. It's just the weekend after, because that's going to be Halo World Championship. So that's all we have for now. I'm not really in a position. Well, enemy's nearing victory anyway, so I'll go ahead and pull up the Spartan Company information. But that's all we have for tonight. A little bit of a short show. Nothing too crazy for us to look into. But we do have the Halo World Championship Finals coming, and I'm really looking forward to that. And we'll have another chance to do the Achieving Halo, so make sure you message GT if you want to partake in that. And also check out our live streams on Thursday, which we normally do our podcast on at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Mixer. And then Frag Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube. Looking at our kill commendations, we have the Pain Train still at level 4. We need another 133 to go. And that is the Shoulder Bash. And then Killing Marines, which we're working on quite a bit here in Warzone right now. We still need another 1,711 to go. That's a lot of Marines.
That's a lot of Marines.
The closest level 5 we have is quickly kill 3 or more enemy Spartans, and we need another 415 of those. So that's what we got.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's going to wrap up the show for us tonight. Unless you have anything else to add, GT, before we wrap it up.
No, I don't.
So thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week with some more Halo goodness. We'll probably be doing it on Friday again, since I will be out of town for work. And I come back Friday morning, so we might be looking at another Friday show next week. So more Halo and podcast cross stuff happening. But make sure you check us out on our social media platforms. We are on Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those fun places. If we have it, just search Podtacular and you will find it. And no pins, no MySpace. Also, make sure you check out our podcast network. We're part of a network of gaming-specific shows, including Critscast, Guardian Radio, Podcast 76, The Nerd Cliff, Work in Progress, and How to Murder Time. You can find out everything about those podcasts over at thepodcast.com. And we'll go ahead and close it out for tonight. For those that are on stream right now, we're still playing Halo 5, so make sure you send either me or GT an invite. And for the rest of you guys listening to us via download or via the stream, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week. Keep on fragging the trucks.